surrender to this love. Deeper and deeper I surrender. Deeper and deeper I surrender to this love. There's nowhere I have to go, no one I have to be, nothing I have to do but gently breathe. Deeper and deeper I surrender. Deeper and deeper I surrender to this love. Deeper and deeper I surrender. Deeper and deeper I surrender to this love. There's nothing I need to hold on to, nothing I need to give to you, nothing I need to do but gently breathe. There's nowhere I have to go, no one I have to be, nothing I have to do but gently breathe. There's nothing I need to hold on to, nothing I need to give to you, nothing I need to do but gently breathe. Deeper and deeper I surrender. Deeper and deeper I surrender to this love. Deeper and deeper I surrender.
Good morning, CSL.
Good morning.
It's so great to see you all. Happy Easter. Can you stand with me?
Everybody stand up, please.
You see our band's growing. The joy that is spirit shines as me. I will not stumble, no, I will just be all that is spirit, joyfully living as me. The peace that is spirit flows as me. I will not fret, no, I will just be all that is spirit, peacefully living as me. Brandon Bourne on guitar. You can greet your neighbor. Give you something to do.
Hey, neighbor. Hey, neighbors. Hey, neighbor.
Hey, neighbor. The mind
that is spirit works as me. I will not doubt, no, I will just be all that is spirit, mindfully living as me. The love that is spirit rises as me. I will not fear, no, I will just be all that is spirit, lovingly living as me.
One more time, the love
that is spirit rises as me. I will not fear, no, I will just be all that is spirit, joyfully, peacefully, mindfully, lovingly living as me. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
You can go on and take a seat. You can go on and take a seat. Share this live stream on whatever social media platforms you use to bring more of us together in spiritual community. Take the time to do that right now. Share, share, share. Share? Thank you. Okay. Now, if this is your first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, welcome. We want you to know that you are welcome here. We want you to know that whoever you are, and whatever spiritual path you are on, you are welcome and celebrated here. Not just welcome, we celebrate you just as you are. Now, there are several ways to connect and engage in this spiritual community. We invite you to check out our website calendar at columbiacsl.com/events. Or you can email us at info@columbiacsl.com. I'm too big and I'm in the way? Okay. Okay. And for more information, you can call us at our office at 410-750-8559. Am I? Okay. And now I get to share with you who we are and what we're up to. Our vision is contributing to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Guided by Spirit, together we build a joyously engaged, inclusive community intent on uplifting and transforming lives. Okay, I hear me. We are a welcoming, inclusive spiritual center where everyone can be seen and heard. We lovingly practice the principles of science of mind in the world. As a community, our commitment to inclusion calls us to embrace and celebrate everyone's unique identity. We begin by recognizing our diverse abilities, ages, physical characteristics, gender identities, national origins, faiths and spiritual paths, sexual orientations, ethnicities, and races. Then we experience one another at increasing deeper levels as we grow together in classes, in workshops, in service as our shared spiritual community, and just hanging out together. And we come together in spiritual community on Sundays to celebrate life. Come on, so let's get to it. We've got another song. Come on, Jamie. And you all will stand up and join us, right? Come on, stand up. Everybody on their feet.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, yeah.
Stay with me. Not digging this. Wait a minute. There we go. I love you, Lord,
For your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment I wake up
until I lay my head,
I will sing of the goodness of God.
'Cause all my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good.
With every breath that I am able,
oh,
I will sing of the goodness of God.
I love your voice.
You have led me through the fire,
And
in darkest nights you are close like no other. I love you as a father,
I've known you as a friend, and
I have lived in the goodness of God.
Your goodness is running after me.
Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. All my life you have been faithful.
Oh yeah.
All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able,
oh,
I will sing of the goodness of God.
One more time, two more times.
I will sing of the goodness of God.
Oh,
I will sing of the goodness of God.
Amen. You may be seated. Our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, was a dedicated study and a great synthesizer, identifying the common and connecting threads within various religions, philosophies, and ancient wisdom teachings of the world. Science of Mind is the synthesis of Ernest Holmes' lifetime of study. Let us breathe in together as we light a candle honoring some of these faith traditions. As we light the first candle, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we light the second candle, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and Four Noble Truths. As we light the third candle, we honor Judaism as a path of ethical living through sacred law. As we light the fourth candle, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we light the fifth candle, we honor Islam as a path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we light the sixth candle, we honor Confucianism as a path of deliberate tradition. As we light the seventh candle, we honor Taoism as a path of harmony and balance. As we light the eighth candle, we honor all indigenous peoples' traditions as paths that recognize and honor spirit in all creation. As we light the ninth candle, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and the inherent goodness of humanity. As we light the 10th candle, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we light the 11th candle, we honor Akan as a path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we light the 12th candle, we honor all new thought philosophies as a path of adherence to universal spiritual principles of love and law. As we light this final candle, we honor the multiplicity and diversity within the wholeness of creation as sacred. Namaste, and so it is. Potatoes, eggs, and coffee beans. Once upon a time, a daughter complained to her father that her life was miserable and she didn't know how she was going to make it. She was tired of fighting and struggling all the time. It seemed just as one problem was solved, another one soon followed. Her father, a chef, took her to the kitchen. He filled 3 pots with water and placed each one on a high fire. Once the 3 pots began to boil, he placed potatoes in one pot, eggs in another, and ground coffee beans in the third. He then let them sit and boil without saying a word to his daughter. The daughter moaned and impatiently waited, wondering what he was doing. After 20 minutes, he turned off the burners. He took the potatoes out of the pot and placed them in a bowl. He pulled the boiled eggs out and placed them in another bowl. He then ladled the coffee out and placed it in a cup. Turning to her, he asked, "Daughter, what do you see?" "Potatoes, eggs, and coffee," she hastily replied. "Look closer," he said. "Touch the potatoes." She did and noted that they were soft. He then asked her to take an egg and break it. After pulling it out of its shell, she observed the hard-boiled egg. Finally, he asked her to sip the coffee. Its rich aroma brought a smile to her face. "Father, what does this mean?" she asked. He then explained that the potatoes, the eggs, and coffee beans had each faced the same adversity, the boiling water. However, each one reacted differently. The potato went in strong, hard, and unrelenting, but in boiling water, it became soft and weaker. The egg was fragile, with a thin outer shell protecting its liquid interior until it was put in the boiling water. Then the inside of the egg became hard. However, The ground coffee beans were unique. After they were exposed to the boiling water, they changed the water and created something new. In life, things happen around us, things happen to us, but the only thing that truly matters is what happens within us. Which are you? He asked his daughter. When adversity knocks on your door, how do you respond? Are you a potato, an egg, or a coffee bean? And so it is.
Good morning, Columbia CSL. Going to lead us in a guided meditation and then an affirmative prayer. Get comfortable in your seats. Just position your body so that you can feel at ease. On this glorious morning, for our meditation, let us imagine ourselves in a beautiful garden. See the flowers. The morning dew is still on the flowers. It's fresh here. We can hear the birds. And we see that there's a place for us, a wonderful bench where we can sit and relax and enjoy the beauty. Let's breathe in deeply and take in all the beauty that's around us. And sit here, knowing that the God that is within is grateful, grateful, grateful to have the opportunity to commune with you in spirit and in the quiet. Just relax. Just breathe. If your mind has wandered just a little, bring it back and focus on your breath. In and out. In and out. Like the tides, in and out. Feel the stillness all around you. Breathe in deeply in this sacred place. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses. And the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Join me in this affirmative prayer as you gently, gently, gently leave this quiet place. What I know is that God is all there is. Everything that has ever been, everything that ever will be, it is all God, and we are a part of God. We have always been as he has always been, and we will always be. And in this moment, at this time, we have the opportunity to choose. The gift that has been given to us by the Creator is our ability to choose. And we can choose. Choose to come to this sacred place. Choose to experience the God within us and to know that this is our true identity. This is who we are. And from this place, we can choose to do all things. You have the power. You are individually gifted with the right to make all the decisions that you need to make in order to manifest your highest good. And from this sacred, sacred space, know that you can always return here. You can always be here. You can choose. You get to structure how your life unfolds. You get to know your higher self to the extent that you choose to live in alignment. It is all up to you. And often it is helpful to join in community with like-minded spirits who are a work in process, because that's what we all are. The truth is we're divine, but our human expression is learning every day what that means. Join with this community or any community and live life from this sacred space. We release all to the law, knowing that it is already so. Please join me in saying, and so it is.
I'll never be more loved than I am right now. Wasn't holding you up, so there's nothing I can do to let you down. Doesn't take a trophy to make you proud. I'll never be more loved than I am right now. Going through a storm, but I won't go down. Hear your voice carried in the rhythm of the wind to call me out. You would cross an ocean so I wouldn't drown. You've never been closer than you are right now, singing Jireh. You are enough. Jireh, you are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. Jireh, you are enough. Forever enough, always enough, more than enough. Forever enough, always enough, more than enough. Don't wanna forget how I feel right now. On the mountaintop, I can see so clear what it's all about. Stay by my side when the sun goes down. Don't wanna forget how I feel right now. You are Jireh, you are enough. Jireh, you are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. Jireh, you are enough. I'm already loved. I'm already chosen. I know who I am. I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved more than I could imagine. That is enough. That is enough. Jireh, you are enough. Jireh, you are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. Jireh, you are enough. Sing it with me. Jireh, you are enough. Jireh, you are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. Jireh, you are enough. One more time. Jireh, you are enough. Jireh, you are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. Jireh, you are enough.
So this is a brunch service, and I see no one brunching. So I invite you to go get something to brunch on, because I have to rearrange the furniture just a little bit. And if you're live streaming with us, please go grab yourself something from wherever you are. It actually is lit. Yeah. Okay. You unleash the herd, then you have to get them back. So I'm going to invite you to continue doing what you're doing quietly so that we can get going with our Easter. You have no idea, but it's coming. Let me try that again. If I could get everybody to just keep getting what you're getting, but if we could do so quietly. And let's take a quick breath together. And I want to start by bringing our attention to, aside from this being Easter, today is International Transgender Day of Visibility, right? And there's a couple of us in the room. And here's the thing. You wouldn't know some of us are transgender unless we tell you. And why is visibility important? Because visibility legitimizes things that are different, right? As long as things stay hidden, it's easy for a dominant culture to continue to think it's the only culture that matters. And so my pronouns are he, him. You wouldn't necessarily know that looking at me, because there are people who look like me who have different pronouns. And I am a female to male transgender person. And I know that might take a little bit to wrap your head around when you look at me to imagine that, but that is the miracle of medicine. And I will tell you, it didn't take a lot to tip the scale. That's all I'm going to say on that. So, just be aware in your own use of consciousness that today is a day to celebrate something that might be different than you. Somebody that might be different than you. Now, it is also Easter. And Easter tends to be a very serious subject, so let's get serious about Easter. This actually came out of a conversation years ago. And I don't even remember what we were talking about, but it was one of those, Deborah and I were talking, and it was one of those really tense, serious conversations. And out of nowhere, I picked up these rabbit ears and put them on and said, okay, let's get serious about this. Because here's the thing. Even the most serious things in life, we get to hold lightly. And if we don't, then we're back to what I introduced a few weeks ago, the Rice Krispie philosophy of life, where if we are too serial for too long, we will snap, crackle, and pop. And I'm sure many of you think I have already, that's happened. I won't necessarily disagree with you. But I like where I am, so here you are. Okay, so Easter. Easter is a lot of things. And it's really founded in paganism. As much as our American culture thinks it is founded in the resurrection of a human being named Jesus, 2,000 years before Christ, there was a whole lot of resurrection stuff going on. Whole lot of it. Sumerians in Mesopotamia had a tradition of the goddess Inanna, who descended into the underworld during the winter and resurrected in the spring. Now that's a few days before. That's a few 24 hours before the whole Jesus story, right? So the idea that there's a one-size-fits-all, not true. The other thing that we can recognize is that the holiday itself moves based on a lunar calendar. It's not based on the date of Jesus' resurrection, because it moves based on the first Sunday after the last full moon in the equinox. So, has different roots than we may think it has. The goddess Yoster is the pagan goddess of fertility. And that's where a whole lot of the rabbit ears come from, because rabbits are a sign of fertility because they reproduce like rabbits. Right? Here's the thing about the eggs that I learned that I was surprised by. Where are my notes? Easter egg hunting, as far back as the historians have been able to identify it, actually was a nod to the resurrection, the women of the resurrection, who were searching in the tomb. And it was actually created by the Protestant reformer Martin Luther, who hid eggs for the children to go find in recognition of the women searching the empty tomb looking for Jesus. Wow. I know, right? I was like, how come I was raised in Protestantism and never heard that? Didn't get it. In the Muslim faith, Jesus has a different place, but he has a place. I was reading from an imam, Ibram Sayer, who flat out said, if you don't believe in Jesus, you can't be a Muslim. Now, they don't believe the same things about Jesus as the Protestant religions, but they certainly recognize Jesus. In Science of Mind, we recognize Jesus not as the great exception, but as the great example. Very different, right? And what that tells us is that just like Jesus said, everything I do, you will do and even greater, he meant it. He's the example of what is available to us. So all month, actually for the last 3 months, we've been looking at David Bohm and really taking a deeper dive into this whole idea of thought and consciousness. So the idea of resurrection presumes that something pre-exists that can actually be resurrected, right? It's like that thing in 12-step recovery, a restoration to sanity. It presumes that I had it at one point, which for me was an awakening in and of itself. Right? At the time I encountered that, I had no idea that I once had any level of sanity because I had not seen it for quite some time. Right? I'm just saying that was my path. So here's the journey we're going to take this morning. We're going to humanize our brother Jesus. What do we need to do? Oh, are you worried about that thing flashing?
I don't want any flashing from here.
Well, but there's going to be. So Jesus, right, his whole journey is reminding us that we are born with absolutely clear consciousness. The purity of consciousness is born in us. And then human thought happens. Now, there it is. Anybody want to get it out for me? See, right? Isn't that how we tend to approach thought? Let me get that out of there. Go ahead. Get it out. Because here's the thing. I can try to do that. Right? I can. But it colors everything that goes in it. So it's still not gone. That's just relocated now. But it's still in there. Now what do we do? Right? Our teaching teaches us to neutralize it. And we stir it up and we meditate on it. But what we fail to do, oddly enough, as a New Thought faith tradition, is have some new thoughts. I ain't judging. Oh, sometimes I am. But I am saying, perhaps we should have some new thoughts. Right? Because then I recognize that, all right, it's in there. And I start adding some new thoughts. And I do my prayer and I do my meditation and I sit and I contemplate and I get in community and I add some new thoughts. And I wait and not much happens. And not much happens because I'm waiting for something to happen. Because I don't believe that what I'm adding is going to change anything. If I did, I wouldn't be watching it to see if it changed. I would just know that it changed. Right? And so I take a class and I add something different. Right? Let me add something different and see what happens. And I watch. And not a lot happens. Because I still think it's something outside of me that's going to change it. So I take another class. And I hire a practitioner. Right? And I climb up the mountain. And I sit in silence for a month. And I join a monastery. And I wait. And I wait. And I wait. Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane prayed. We don't often talk about that. And we don't talk about the human part of him. He didn't pray once. He prayed, let's put it in human language, right? Yo, I see what's coming. I'm not up for this. Get me out of this. And then he went back to his disciples and found them asleep. They were supposed to be standing guard. And he's like, angry. It's like, you can't even stay awake and watch my back? How many of us get angry with one another when somebody that we've decided is our savior on that villain-victim-hero triangle? We've decided you're my hero and you don't fix it for me? Well, now I just conveniently shipped you to the villain corner of the triangle. Right? We all do it. And so Jesus went back to the garden. And he prayed again. If I can get out of this, get me out of this. And why did he pray? He prayed to get his consciousness right. Yeah. And he went back. And his disciples were asleep again. This time, he just let them sleep. He found a place of acceptance with this peace. They're not going to guard. They're not going to stop what's happening. I hope you'll just leave that alone or just turn it off if we need to. So he just let them sleep. And he went back to the garden a third time. And he prayed. And he prayed. And he prayed. And he waited. He didn't wait for somebody else to do something. He waited for his own consciousness to clear. He waited for everything inside of him to somehow, and I say somehow because in my humanity, I cannot imagine his journey to get okay with they're coming for me. It is going to be brutal. They are going to kill me. And he surrendered to the physical reality of that. this human being. He didn't do it because somebody else demanded that he do it. He didn't do it for me. He didn't do it for you. He did it because it was his to do. It was his to do. All of us have a calling on our life. And many times doing what we know is ours to do is really hard in this human realm. The question is, will you do it? Will you stay in the Garden of Gethsemane until you're clear? Until you know that the infinite that is calling itself into being as you has got you. That you're not being abandoned. Ernest Holmes says it this way: when we create a demonstration, we must accept all that comes with it. We don't talk about that a lot. Right? Sometimes even in our brilliance of metaphysics, we slip into turning God into a vending machine. Right? Pop in a prayer, pull out a manifestation. That's not how it works. When we pray, when we treat, law takes over. The activity of law takes over. And it manifests things in the right and perfect way. And that may not be the way that your human brain thought it up. You pray for the perfect relationship while you're standing in North Carolina. It may be in California. I'm just saying it could have sort of happened that way. And then you're in California praying for the perfect spiritual community, and it's in Maryland. It just could have sort of happened that way. Right? It was not my divine plan to move back and forth across the country at all. In fact, before this pulpit showed up, I looked at Deborah and said, that's it. I am done with ministry. I'm not candidating anywhere ever again. Done. Well, we see how well that worked. Because at the same time, I'm doing my daily spiritual practice to know what is alive in me to express as God. And here I am. Have you noticed that the consciousness has gotten clear while we're talking? Oh! See, when we stop staring at it, when we stop waiting for it to happen, law unfolds it perfectly. Treat and move your feet. Don't treat. I mean, how many of you have a garden of any type, any plant, right? Do you stay, when you plant it, do you camp out beside it and stare at it 24/7 until something grows? No, nobody does. But yet with our own consciousness, we have so little faith, so little belief in the unseen, that we can't see it. But there it is. So we have Jesus in the garden, and that's where they arrest him. And they take him, and I'm not going to go through all of the trial and all of that. I will simply say this: Jesus never defended himself. Never once. They were saying, so you're this, 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 and this. And his only response was, those are your words. What if we disconnect from feeling like we have to defend ourselves? Because if I'm defending myself, there is some part of me that is out of alignment with me. If I really know that I'm on track, do I care what you think? Not really. Those that mind don't matter. Those that matter don't mind. Right. So there's a lesson for us. He was crucified. And in the King James Version of the Bible, it says, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? That is not what he said in the Aramaic. Let's see, can I find it here? Here's what he said. I was going to read the actual language. But in Aramaic, what he said was, for this I was saved. For this I was held. For this I came. He recognized that God was fully present with him. In the Aramaic language, he did not say he was forsaken. That came through translations. But in order to have a punishing God, we need him to be forsaken. Perhaps that's how it got translated. I just know George Lomsa, if you know about George Lomsa, brilliant man. Born and raised speaking the same Aramaic language as Jesus. And he spent his entire life going through the Peshitta, the original writings of the Bible, saying what they actually said in terms of the Aramaic language. For this I was saved. And so he was buried in a tomb. And this is where the resurrection stuff comes into play. And it's interesting, it talks about the government at the time being concerned because there was a prophecy that he would raise from the dead after 3 days. And so they were concerned that someone would come and steal Jesus' body to make it look like all of this was actually true. And so they sent guards to seal the tomb. Now, historically, if you do some research on the tombs of the time, they were sealed with a stone. Not a pile of rocks, but a stone. A stone that literally weighed several tons. So I'm thinking it was a pretty big army that was sent to roll that stone in front of the grave. It didn't get put there by a couple of people. I mean, I'm pretty strong. I'm not going to be moving a several ton stone anytime soon. Not going to happen. So now it's sealed. And here's what comes up for me around that. How much fear was operating that they literally sent an army to roll a stone in front of there so it couldn't be opened. Or so they thought. Right? And we hear about the women that came to the tomb. And sometimes, at least I know I was led to believe that the women moved the stone or that an angel moved the stone. The Bible says an earthquake moved the stone. It says an earthquake. She knows. Yeah. And behold, a great earthquake took place. For the angel of the Lord came down from heaven and went up and rolled away the stone from the door and sat on it. What that tells me is that when my consciousness clears up, I might experience that as an earthquake. Or there might be an earthquake that's needed to get the garbage out of the way so that I can access the clear consciousness that I've buried under all of my conditioned thinking. Right? We don't have to worry about what's in the tomb. We get to move the stone. And we get to call on whatever angels we want to call on. They might be sitting in this room. They might be your ancestors. I don't know. And it doesn't matter. Just call on them. Right? It may be that self-help book that's sitting on your shelf for 10 years that you've never picked up. And if your attention is drawn to it, pick it up. It might be the question that comes into your mind while you're struggling. Answer the question. I am absolutely convinced that the God within me communicates by asking me questions to guide me to the answers that already exist within me. Jesus is the example of that. No matter how many questions he was asked, never once did he give a straight answer. Never once. The kingdom of heaven is like. And in the book of Matthew, he says that over 30 times. You think we're a little hard-headed in humanity? Maybe. It's like this, and it's like this, and it's like this, and it's like this. Because we're all going to understand it differently. Where'd you go, Deborah?
Right here.
Okay. So we're going to do an exercise this morning. I'm going to invite you to your own earthquake. To roll away the stone symbolically. Because you know what's blocking you. You can pretend like you don't. No one will know. But you know. And so Deborah is passing out these little pieces of paper. And I invite you to, as best you can, write something on that piece of paper that symbolizes the stone that is in front of your tomb. The stone that is keeping you from a clear consciousness. And then I'm going to invite you, because I can't really simulate an earthquake. I can do science magic and simulate clearing consciousness. Is that not the coolest thing? And so instead of an earthquake, we're going to simulate the stone rolling away. Just like the angel came down and there was an earthquake and poof, voila, it was moved away. So I'm going to start with our folks online because consciousness is non-local. How cool is that? And so I'm going to invite everybody online right now to hold in your mind, to hold in your thought the stone that you are choosing to roll away. And this is how quickly it can be moved. And then I'm going to invite everybody in the room to come roll away your own stone. And so everything that is here, that is desiring to be moved, is instantly moved. Gone. Gone. Just that simple. Where did my... Because I knew it was going to do that. And the cool part about this stuff, and I really want to show you this piece, you can't get hurt rolling away your stone. You can't get hurt rolling away. And so I'm going to invite you, whenever you're ready, to come come roll away your stone. Let yourself feel the symbology of this. Ritual matters. And I'll relight our flame as many times as we need to. There's one over there too, so. Stones be moving. There we go. Jamie's did the same thing. So you can just, there you go. Here you go, honey.
Drop it in.
Whoosh. Now my hope is that you're feeling something. That you have a glimpse of what once was cloudy and now it's clear. That the consciousness you were born with is in this moment immediately 100% available to you. You get to stay there. Or we get to put a whole lot of effort into rolling the stone back. But be clear. This moment, there are no barriers between you and pure consciousness. You choose whether to put any back in it. You choose to put barriers back or not. And there's no guilt or shame for whatever you choose. My joy, my job, is to make you aware that you're choosing. There are no victims. Doesn't mean we're not victimized. We are. We do atrocious things to each other on planet Earth. That doesn't have to take away your clarity. Are you the potato? Are you the egg? Or are you the coffee? Let's take this into prayer. God is. Period. Period. And God is absolute clarity. It is the source, the substance out of which all life is created. And so all life must contain it. And that means me. And that means you. All created out of it, by it, to expand its experience of itself in, through, and as its creation. Fully infused with free will to choose and then to choose again. Free of any guilt, shame, or blame. And so in this moment, I speak a word of resurrection, a word of reclamation, a word of awakening that which has always been present, cannot be unpresent, because it is the very essence of being. And so it is knowing itself. It is this moment of clarity, and the next, and the next, and the next. Grateful. I'm so incredibly grateful for the opportunity to speak truth, to live into it, to challenge all of the muddiness of my thinking, and to infuse it with truth until it becomes clear again. And I choose to live from clarity. I choose to know it deep within my being, always available. And to know that law works it out perfectly, beyond my expectations. No need to sit and watch. I treat and I move my feet. I pray and I act. And I trust. A belief in things not seen. I trust. And so it is from this excitement, from this celebration, from this joy that only gratitude brings, that I let go. Because there ain't nothing else to do but let go and be. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. So continuing in this place of awe and wonder and reverence, we're going to do our giving affirmation, so I'll give it to you little pieces at a time. We'll do it as a call and response. I affirm that the abundance of creation is my abundance.
I affirm that the abundance of creation is my abundance.
I give freely to sustain and grow Columbia CSL.
I give freely to sustain and grow Columbia CSL.
As my beloved spiritual community.
As my beloved spiritual community.
That grows me spiritually.
That grows me spiritually.
I give to ensure Columbia CSL's continued availability to all spiritual seekers. If I could get some folks to help me out with this.
Ready?
Rise up.
So clearly there's a part of this song that you can sing along. 2 words, rise up, and you're still rolling, rolling. Okay? You'll have to start that over, okay? Yeah. This song is still Rolling Stones, and someone asked about Jireh, and that means provider from that last song. All right, here we go. There we go. All right. Out of the shadows, bound for the gallows, a dead man walking, till love came calling. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Going under, a voice in the thunder said it's not over. Stop running for cover. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. All at once I came alive. This beating heart, these open eyes, the grave let go, the darkness should have known. You're still rolling stones. There, that's your part. You're still rolling stones. Now I can hear you, know who I am too. Spirit calling, I'm done stalling. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Singing out loud, feeling proud. No more hiding, feel like I'm gliding. Oh, rise up, rise up, rise up. All at once I came alive. This beating heart, these open eyes, a grave let go, and darkness should have known. You're still rolling stones. You're still rolling, rolling. You're still rolling stones. Thought that I was too far gone. Everything I've done wrong. Yeah, I'm the one who dug this grave, but you call my name. You call my name. Thought that I was too far gone. Everything I've done wrong. Yeah, I'm the one who dug this grave. But you call my name. You called my name. All at once I came alive. This beating heart, these open eyes, the grave let go, and darkness should have known. You're still rolling stones. You're still rolling, rolling. 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 You're still rolling stones. Oh, you're still rolling stones.
Yes. That was fun.
We will get her some singing lessons next week. And so I speak a word of blessing, a word of recognition of the divine as money, sustaining its creation. of the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, of its attendees, of its members, of its community, and beyond as we give through Columbia CSL to support good work in the world. And so it is.
So it is.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make up affirmations because we're having some technical stuff. Oh, well. I am.
I am.
Clarity. Peace. Abundance. Joy. The stone is rolled away.
The stone is rolled away.
I live
I live
from clarity.
from clarity.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Okay. So if you need some practitioners to help you clear up, reach out to them. You can find them on our website. If you need a class to help you get some clarity, we have one starting next week, From Whence We Came. And it's more than just the history. It is about how the history comes together, how one thing impacted another. And as Ernest Holmes points out in the 1926 edition of Science of Mind, mysticism, no matter who it comes through, is consistent. The message is the same. Right? And so from whence we came, we're going to explore the history of New Thought. The message is going to be the same. Different words, different approach, same truth. Because truth, and if you really want to either hurt yourself or make yourself really excited, depends on how you show up in the world, analytical psychology and philosophy, very cool. Was it true in the beginning of time? Is it true now? Will it be true into infinity? If it is, it's true. Right? The simplest place to see that is in our own genetics. Right? No matter how you rearrange it, the grandfather is genetically connected to the father, is genetically connected to the son. You can put those in any position. It will not change their genetic connection. They're still genetically connected. It was true when it started. It's true now. It will continue to be true. Right? So that's what we're going to explore in From Whence We Came. That beautiful thread of connection. We also have a book study starting. Super Communicators. All right. It is a brand new book. And yes, we have all studied communication in some form or another. This brings it together in a new way, and it presents it in a new way. And really, it's about being aware of what kind of conversation are we in and learning how to ask good questions. Right? It's that place I remember back in Fritz Perl's day, right? And that whole recognition that if I say, "What time is it?" and you tell me it's time to buy a clock, we're not communicating. Right? So it helps us clear up that path. And so that is going to be happening. Again, you're going to have to actually check out the website. If you're online, stick around and see the information, the announcement roll after service. The information will be on that. So I got a bunch of people to thank this morning. I'm going to start. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. It's a lot of work to coordinate all of this. The piece that blows my mind is that Jamie and I rarely, if ever, communicate about the talk and the special songs. It just comes together in the brilliance of the mind of God. Blows me away. Thank you, Vaughn, for helping with the sound today and for getting all wrapped up in what goes where now? Where do I plug this? Because that's a whole lot of what happens. Thank you, Jesse, Io, and Zeta for being our video team today and for dancing through our we don't know why it's behaving this way moments of our projector and everything. It created some wrinkles, but we made it to the other side because that's how we roll. Thank you, Laura Service, for setting up all of the brunch tables and all of that. Thank you, everybody that helped Laura do all that. Thank you, Mary Jane, for being our reader and for being here early and helping with the setup. Thank you, Deborah, for lighting our candles, for passing out the earthquake paper. Thank you, Eamon, for giving us some harmony in the music and for sprinkling the table with all the stuff. I saw you.
Eat your sprinkles.
Did I miss anybody?
Yes, you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You know, I buy lottery tickets so that someday I can do this for free and then it'll make more sense. But just so you know, if you're on the board of trustees, I'm not there yet. So Safeway needs me to still have my paycheck because it won't let me just go in and get groceries and say, thank you, as I walk out the door. Thank you for being here. This is how I get thanked, is when I look out and see this, see you. Thank you for being online. We have the next generation in the room with 2 young lives. That's my thank you.
Yeah.
And so here's what I know. God is alive right here in this place. And so we get to share that. And so your call to action this week, if you've had an amazing time this morning, or you've had some moment of awakening this morning, go share it with somebody. Because that's how we will promote this, is by attraction. Share what's exciting to you about New Thought. It's very simple. She is just so adorable, I cannot stand it. All right, I think I'm complete.
All right.
All yours, Miss Jamie.
Let's stand and sing one last song. It's called I Give God, and it came from reading from 365 Days of Richer Living by Ernest Holmes and Barker, I think. And he said, I give God to this day. So we're going to start with that. And then we might give clarity, joy, and peace. Whatever you shout out is what we're going to sing. And I'll just sit here and do this the whole time till somebody says something. I give God to this day. I give God in every way, in all I do and all I say. I give God to this day. To love this day. I give love in every way. I do and all I say. I give love to this day. Anyone else? Joy to this day. I give joy in every way. All I do and all I say. I give joy to this day. I give beauty to this day. I give beauty in every way, in all I I say, I give beauty to this day. I give peace to this day. Mama beat you, honey. I give peace in every way, and all I do and all I say, I give beauty to this day. Oh, fun, that's good. And what? Faith, like you? I give faith to this day. I give faith in every way, in all I do and all I say. I give faith to, Miss Deborah said fun. I give fun to this day. I give fun in every way, in all I do and all I say. I give fun to this day. I give God to this day. I give God in every way, and all I do and all I say. I give God to this day. I give God to this day. I give God to this day. Happy Easter, CSL.
Staring at a stop sign, watching people drive by, T-Mac on the radio. Got so much on your mind, nothing's really going right, looking for a ray of hope. Whatever it is you may be going through, I know he's not gonna let it get the best of you. You're an overcomer. Stay in the fight till the final round. You're not going under, 'cause God is holding sign, watching people drive by, T-Mac on the radio. Got so much on your mind, nothing's really going right, looking for a ray of hope. Whatever it is you may be going through, I know he's not gonna let it get the best of you. You're an overcomer. Stay in the fight till the final round. You're not going under, 'cause God is holding you right now. You might be down for a moment, feeling like it's hopeless. That's when he reminds you that you're an overcomer. You're an overcomer. Everybody's been down, hit the bottom, hit the ground. Ooh, you're not alone. Just take a breath, don't forget, hang on to his promises. He wants you to know you're an overcomer. Stay in the fight till the final round. You're not going under, 'cause God is holding you right now. You might be down for a moment, feeling like it's hopeless. That's when he reminds you that you're an overcomer. You're an overcomer. The same and the great I am, the one who overcame death, he's living inside of you. So just hold tight, fix your eyes on the one who holds your life. There's nothing he can do. He's telling you, don't forget, hang on to his promises. You're an overcomer. Stay in the fight till the final round. You're not going under, 'cause God is holding you right now. You might be down for a moment, feeling like it's hopeless. That's when he reminds you that you're an overcomer. You're an overcomer. You're an overcomer. You're an overcomer. Don't quit, don't give in, you're an overcomer. Don't quit, don't give in, you're an overcomer. Don't quit, don't give in, you're an overcomer. You're an overcomer. Staring at a stop sign, watching people drive by, T-Mac on the radio. Got so much on your mind, nothing's really going right, looking for a ray of hope. Whatever it is you may be going through, I know he's not gonna let it get the best of you. You're an overcomer. Stay in the fight till the final round. You're not going under, 'cause God is holding you right now. You might be down for a moment, feeling like it's hopeless. That's when he reminds you that you're an overcomer. You're an overcomer. Everybody's been down, hit the bottom, hit the ground. Ooh, you're not alone. Just take a breath, don't forget, hang on to his promises. He wants you to know you're an overcomer. watching people drive by. Tina